You're watching All to Play For, brought to you by Joe and Coral.
Hello and welcome to All to Play For, brought to you by Joe and Coral, with me, Steve Sidwell, and the main man, Joe Cole. Coley, how are you?
Mate, good. 40 this week. We had the party, didn't we?
We had the party. It was a blinding night.
It was good. Still struggling. We had it on Friday. I weren't the same till yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
You're getting old, mate.
I know.
Well, look, you don't look a day over 39, so let's get our guest involved. Joining us today, we have a legend of English football, an uncompromising defender that played for Millwall, Spurs, Southampton, Liverpool, West Ham, Palace and Swindon.
QPR on loan.
QPR on loan.
England at every level.
England at every level.
Where's my invite for your 40th? More importantly.
Sorry, mate. I ain't seen you for 15 years.
You got me here.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's introed himself. It's Razor Ruddock.
and a lovely
show.
left foot. Lovely left foot. Open a can of worms.
It was more to open a tin of beans.
Tin of beans.
And eat them up.
Well, look.
And open a can of worms.
You
That was
didn't,
the right foot.
You didn't let me finish the intro because I've got down here an original Spice Boy that we'll come on to later on.
Yeah.
And also once voted 17th hardest player of all time. I know that I can't see 16 being better off.
I think Robbie Savage was about 12.
Well, look, Joe, Razor joined West Ham 98. You broke through into the first team then.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of Razor?
Do you know what? I'm going to ask him now because I don't know if my memory's right. One of my first nights out, I was 16 or 17, and I went out at we was in London at about 1 or 2, and I got dropped at my house at about 6. I got parked up by the boys, and my mum had dropped on the door, rung the bell, and my mum and dad said that Razor dropped me home. I don't know if he did.
I know, I put your head. You kept falling over, so what I'd done, I got you in such a position that your forehead was keeping you up on the door. You know what I mean? You were just like, they must have been opened up, you just gone bang. But I just started running because your dad would kill me.
That sounds like experience. You've done that before, leaving players.
I looked after him. We could have left him in London. I'd take him all the way and come all the way back.
That's proper. No, I remember because I don't remember. I remember. No, you know when you make it right, you first step into the dressing room, and Razor was there. And he's one of the most loved characters in English. No one's got a bad word to say about Razor. I thought, what are they going to be like? I've had posters of them up on my wall 2 years before. Then I see Razor, and he's dancing to Frank Sinatra, just bantering everyone.
That's right.
And I'm like, he just looked like me dad. So wow, sweet. Now I'm playing football with my dad.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And he was like,
your dad a good player. I think your dad was a good
playing.
There you go.
But I'm just saying, he was just a normal fella, and it was brilliant. And they looked after me.
Razor, vice versa. What was your
I remember
impression of Joe?
What happened to Joe was good. They used to do it at Liverpool. He used to be, when he was 15, if he had a couple of days off school, they'd let him train with us. Harry'd let him train. But they used to do it at Liverpool. They'd done it first off with, I think the first one was Robbie Fowler, then Mike Lowen. Then it was Carragher, Gerrard, a few others. And West Ham was the only other team that really done it, which I think was a good thing because when he eventually came to the dressing room, he knew us. He was our little mate. You know what I mean? Instead of coming in and being in awe and nervous and couldn't train like he should be able to with his skill and that. But he got very annoying after a while because he was too good. He was doing things like Harry would say to him, do one-on-ones. He'd go, Joey, 15, go on, kill Razor, destroy Razor. I'm an experienced product of a 15-year-old kid doing the Osvaldo Adidas thing over my head. And it's on me, very annoying. Yeah.
Look, let's talk about the West Ham days. We got to talk about the Viera bust-up in '99. So he got red-carded, and then as he was going off,
can I say, I'm a Millwall fan. Everyone knows that's my favourite team. I love Liverpool's the greatest team I could ever play for. I had 2 years at West Ham, was the funniest 2 years. I think we come 5th or 6th twice. We was amazing, right? We was mates. Yeah. We was all mates, and that's how we got where we got to. But Viera, Mark Vivian Fowie, God bless him, Viera couldn't get near him. Viera, when he was on song, he was better than Viera. Better than Viera on his day. And Mark Viera couldn't get near him, and then Viera dropped him, sent off, and he's walking that way. I went, some northern sound. I went, Sarachuk! Mark made it. I went, all right, Sarachuk! Like that. So he's turned round. I go, no, Chuck, dressing room's that way, my love. So he's got up and he spat at me. I thought, he can't get me. He went straight at me forehead, like, oh. He got fined, he got banned, I think, 6 months, was he, or something?
Yeah.
And I got,
It was it was quite disgusting, wasn't it?
It was live telly.
I remember that was more, in the continent, though, that used to happen a lot. I remember going...
I've got done in Spain a couple of times, just little ones and run past you in that.
Yeah, and I just think in this country we find that disgusting, don't we? That's the worst.
You'd rather somebody hit you, Joe.
Yeah, I
You
know.
would rather somebody hit you than spit in your face.
Well, look, you was known as the hard man, and you had a reputation for that. Did you enjoy that tough guy image?
I liked taking it. Was when I was young, Tottenham. It all started playing. With Southampton, I got a few senders off when I was at Southampton. Craig Shaw, Stampton, Shearer, so I headbutted him. Shearer was my little mate. And then as I ran away, I knocked the referee over.
You're a forcer, basically.
I didn't know that at the time. I was just young and stupid. But then I went to Tottenham. And Venables was playing for Tottenham, and I was playing at Leeds or somewhere. Sheffield Wednesday, when they were good. And their fans were having a go at me. So I'm in the dressing room after, and Venables, what's the matter with you? I said, well, when all they on me back all the time. You think, yes, son, I don't like you're a threat because you're a little big whatever. Oh, you see, now. So then when I used to play, then they used to take it off the other 10. So when I used to play away, I'd make them have a go at me, like show me arse or fingers. And their fans would just every time I got the ball, boo. But it made all the wingers and strikers and everyone else who weren't to go and play and pressure off. So it was a good thing. And I used to make, if I was, I wouldn't say bored, it's quite not boring. If I weren't having the game, if I was a bit, then I'd do something to make them have a go at me. So then I'd go, right.
People having a go at you. What about the famous scuffle you had with Eric Cantona? Because you put his collar down, then he's wiped you out.
He used to wear his collars up, I used to put them down. He used to carry on, he'd say, I'll fight you in the tunnel. Yeah, of course you will, you
Wait, he's offered you out down the tunnel?
Oh, he's going to kill me after. Robbie Fowler scores, didn't he? I'm going, well, no. This is his first game back after his kung fu kick.
Yes, I remember,
First game back.
He scores the penalty, doesn't he? He does the little...
I got sent off on the Tuesday playing reserves because I broke Andy Cole's legs, which were an accident. I'm not giving it big. I broke both.
Did you break both of them?
Both of them. 2 foot in from behind and got the ball. And the referee went play on. I went...
Both of them?
Referee went play on. I went... I'd have got 6 months in Pentonville now. Right? But it was, Tony Adams 2 foot from behind. I got the ball's gone flying that way. That was Tuesday. Saturday's Eric Cantona games. Turns guys down because he was brilliant. I mean, it was him, Bergkamp and Zola for me. They were unbelievable. And before he got I'm sure before he got the ball, he didn't know a bit like him. He didn't know what he was going to do with it. Once he got his flick it off, wherever it bounced, I've got no chance. If you're trying to mark him, and a lot of players would go that way to go that well, then they could go long to come short or short, He would be bouncing, big, taller than me.
Strong, wasn't he?
He was taller than me.
People don't realise how strong he was.
He was taller than me. He'd be like that. When the ball, he'd flick it. Because of Kung Fu, I thought, I've got to get into his head. Like a Di Canio. You get into his head and all he wants to do is fight you. He don't. Tony's God wants to fight me. It's a swing for me. So I've gone and done it again. Because I was doing it goal kicks. When the goal kick, Smart was kicking, I was doing it and getting out his way. So he swings. So the ball's dead. So I've done it. He swung for me, right? As I've turned around like that, he has toe punted me. I let it go. And David James, who was like 7'9", like that door with an head, strongest man ever. He's come in between us, chucked him that way. I'm going, what are you going to do now? Throw your tunnel off. Do it again. Now this Saturday we kicked off 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Now Fergie time, Tuesday night it is now. We're still playing. Giggsy goes through. Jamie Redknapp brings down penalty. Cantona scores. Remember he jumped around the wooden bits? Remember that penalty? Kick your head. The tunnel, fat boy, I'm going, f***ing kill him. I'm going, kill him. So I've got the Liverpool fans give it like, 2-2, not bad, mate, And I'm sort of striding to the halfway line, and he's sort of strengthening. Come on, fat boy. And I get the halfway line, I'm getting that in my head. You know that? Me, he is big. Get towards the box. I'm the edge of the box. He's at the tunnel. Come on, fat boys, like this. And the security line, the yellow at the gate. He's going, that. So David James is coming with big arms like that. Put around. Says, who's he shouting at? I think he wants to rip your head off, son, right? David James, he flipped his gloves off. Cantona went. Legged it up the tunnel.
No way.
So I get to the tunnel with all the stewards.
To be fair, if he's seeing you and J-Mo coming down the tunnel, you couldn't get too big.
No, them big sprints. The way he sprints or like that.
J-Mo's a strong player.
Was he strongest man in the world? I was 15 stone. He picked me up like that.
I'm lighter, but he folded me up and put me in the wheelie bin once, and I couldn't do nothing about it. He was messing about. I was bracing myself. I was like, come on, then I'll have it like wrestling.
How strong?
And I was like, right, I'm ready. stretched and everything. He just went wallop, folded me up in the bin.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's so strong.
Well, you took no nonsense on the pitch. Was there anyone that you played against that you thought that you come up against, not that you was frightened of?
Yeah, you can't be frightened. I mean, all of it. Anyone can make you look stupid. Anyone can hurt you. It was the little ones that used to hurt me more than. I think the bit like a Duncan Ferguson. If the right ball come in, you're gonna get smashed.
Yeah.
You
got
no chance to turn around. Stuart Regis, he was a. Mick Hartford. He was called Billy Whitehurst.
Billy Whitehurst, yeah.
He was playing for Owen. He ripped me. I had a Southampton. I won a header against him. He ripped it, and he was like a cardigan with no buttons. Had to wear like that, and we charged that Simon Cowell up. Yeah, we only had one shirt back then. Run around like Simon Cowell. But like little David Speed, Dennis Wine. You know, you get yourself in the left back, centre half, left back position. Don't like the little centre forwards coming. Referee think he's only small. Don't get hurt, man.
Yeah.
But if you kick them, you're a bully, and you get bumped. So I mean, every player. I also fear, as in playing, and they could hurt you.
Yeah.
So you know. The big ones, I think, you had more respect, like the Fergusons, Mick Hartford, Fashionables. It hurt me if they beat me fairly in the air. That'd hurt me more than them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd rather do it fairly.
Yeah.
It's a bit of respect because you could really hurt each other.
Yeah.
So I think at that level, you've got to show a bit of respect to each other.
Yeah.
It's all right. If you got the up, it's free, and his gloves are off, then they won.
Yeah.
I mean, in a normal game, you've got to be able to, because you could really hurt someone, couldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Joe?
You've got to have that trust and that bit of respect. You're both going to go for the ball.
Yeah.
And I think in football, 99% of the time it is.
Yeah.
It's like people getting sent off now for going them. It's a load of rubbish. When you go on your backside, your eyes are closed anyway, because you don't want to get hurt.
Of course.
And your feet, so there's no way you can miss a ball. Say that's the ball, you can just miss the ball with your foot and aim to kick someone.
It's funny to say about, like you said about now you'd get 6 months in Penfield. Someone sent me something on YouTube the other day of David Batty. You might have been playing Rays, but he got sent off. We played Leeds and he got sent off for forearm smashing me, which was like pure WWF. But if you listen to the commentator, I've got the ball, I'm shepherding it out of play, and he's just run to me bats and gone forearm smash, nearly broke my jaw. The commentator's gone, the young lad's going to have to start getting used to that. he's made a bit of a meal out of it. And then the replays come and he nearly spun me head round like Beetlejuice. He's made a bit of a meal of it because I got up and pushed him.
Hardest player again, not in terms of being a little bit sort of wary, looking over his shoulder, thinking he'd get a clump.
Well, I think every team had one, didn't they?
Yeah, every team. Like, and then I was a target. Like, because of the way I played, I held onto the ball, and I was a target. But I sort of grew up with it, accepted it. You know, I knew I was going to, it's like City. I knew the first two tackles.
I've done a couple of them. No doubt.
Mate, there's a collection on YouTube of like smashes on me. It's brilliant. Scotty's done it. He's my mate. I went to school with Scotty. he nearly took my head off.
I volleyed Shearer in the face once.
Did you?
And I didn't have to. I could have jumped over him, but I volleyed him in the face because he was my next door neighbour. But it is, your mates. When your mates, you think, he won't, and all of a sudden, bang.
I know, wallop. I take it well. The obvious one, Roy Keane. We had a few run-ins, and he was quality as well. Scotty, yeah, my mate. He was pretty tough. Yourself, Sid. You've smashed me a few times.
He was silent assassin, wasn't he?
Yeah, but like.
He was silent assassin, wasn't he? Him running around just doing people.
Scholesy, there's one for you. Scholesy used to clump me every single game. I remember before the 2002 World Cup, I was the youngster in the squad, and he was obviously the main man. The day before we played the first game, I wasn't starting, and he took no prisoners in training, Scholesy, and he just fucking come through the back of me. And because he was the main man at the time, no one said nothing. So I'm thinking, all right.
Who's manager?
Sven.
Sven's got 5 minutes. Sven went, the youngsters got to get used to that.
I
thought you'd learn by that.
So I thought, I've got the old red mist, and I've absolutely clamped him day before a World Cup. And then Steve McLaren's been, Joe, and I'm like, and then we'd get that one. What? Yeah. What?
Razor, look, let's go Liverpool. You played over 150 times for Liverpool. Special club. How did you enjoy your time up there?
Best, I'd say to you, I was Tottenham. You can like this.
Yeah.
You will like this.
Go on.
So, fell out of Alishina, you're fired.
Yeah.
Well, Venables, quickly, give me a 2-year contract. He said, if you improve your discipline, I'll give you a 3rd year, double your money, all that. Gentleman's agreement. Improve your discipline after a year. Venables Sugar got rid of Venables. He wouldn't honour the contract with gentleman's agreement, which I suppose Harry Kane's all that, you know.
Yeah.
You should get it in writing, really. But so then he put me up for Southside, Kenny Dalglish, Blackburn, Souness, Liverpool, Walt Smith, Rangers, Oddle, Chelsea, Keegan, Newcastle, Brian Clough, Forest, all wanted me.
Wow.
So I said I'd speak to everyone. Met Kenny on the Monday, Blackburn, met Souness, met me at Anfield. I said I'd speak to everyone, Joe, give everyone there.
Yeah.
Met Souness at Anfield, took me through Anfield, you know what Anfield's like, took me down, touchline, took me in the middle of the pitch. He went, could you imagine playing here? I went, yeah, everyone else. Remember, my first ever game at Anfield was for Southampton. And Jimmy Case, the ex-Liverpool player, was Southampton captain.
Yeah.
He won 2 European Cups, Liverpool, FA, all this. We're walking out, let's never walk alone. I'm a Southampton. This is unbelievable. Yeah. So I went to Jimmy, the captain. Jim, I said, it's still 2 hands up, corner, 1 hand up, far post. He went, let's get a corner first time. We got beat about 5, didn't get a corner. So I remember them days. And I went and I was the dearest defender in the world, Joe. £2.5 million for a day. Des Walker went to Fiorentina to Wednesday 3.9, blew me out of the water. Didn't just me 2.5 for a day. Didn't just beat me, Joe, from 2.5. Blew me out of the water.
That's some game having all them managers, want you? So, like, you've obviously I remember you as like fun. You enjoyed your football, like, and it was a great education for me. I had a great time. What a first club, West Ham, and you've obviously played for England at every level. Highest, most expensive defender in the world at one point. Like you said about for a day, you said about discipline. Would you go back, Rays, and do it differently, or
discipline?
Or would you?
Like was football. You first segment you said when I took you home to go. Footballers were influenced and ruled by the older players.
Yeah.
It weren't the managers.
Yeah.
It was the older players. Like, you're 16, right, you're with us, we're going out and get pissed now. That's what I was always ruled by the older players until I become that older player. Then I was in charge. Right, we're doing this, doing that. Yeah. Older players now don't drink. Because they got weaned out of the game. So the younger players are not going to be bad education and bad influences by older players.
Yeah, but Ray's like look at now.
Look, I wish I didn't have. I wish how good I could have been if I played now.
But then you wouldn't have had the fun that you had. No,
do
you know what I mean? It's a balance.
That's what I mean.
People ask me.
Would I change anything different? No. If I could, I'd like to see what would have happened, but I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. You talk about characters and fun. In that dressing room, that Liverpool dressing room, you had Jason McAteer, you had some right characters. How fun was it every day with him?
Well, he was just, he was thick. He was I do silly one, like, I've got hundreds on him. We went to Ibiza, we had a big villa in Ibiza, and he went up, it was in the mountains, like, hour away from all the beaches, 40 minutes from Benow and about. So I said, right, tomorrow, 16 of us, we're going to get a minibus, hire a minibus, go down there, get loads of girls, lads, to have a party. 9 o'clock in the morning, minibus turns up, 20-seater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15. Who's missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Who's missing? McAteer. Wait, come on. Sorry, I'll tell you his nickname in a minute. She comes out, right, this bag of ice like that. So what are you doing? What am I doing? He said, taking the bag of ice down the beach. He says, when we get to the beach, all champagne and the ice. I went, it's half hour, 40 minutes away. That's going to be melted. He went, oh yeah, I'll go and get another one. Right? Silly things like that. We signed him from Bolton, right? He's Bolton. His nickname in the Bolton dressing room was Trigger. Yeah. Right? Big as We had a right back called Robbie Jones. Yeah. Trigger. Yeah. 2 trick best. No, Robbie Jones, mate. He retired at 26. If he didn't retire, Gary Neville, one of the Neville sisters, she would never play for England. He was that good. Rob Richard, who was magnificent. He retired, but his nickname was Trigger in the Liverpool dressing room. So we signed McAteer. Right. We couldn't have 2 Triggers in the same dressing room. So when we signed McAteer, we called him Dave. Right? After Rodney. That was fun, the Spice Boys. And we had great fun. We was the first players to really get big money, really.
Let's go on the Spice Boys, because how did that come about? And, did you make the cut? Was you one of them?
Yeah, we was
the leader of the pack.
I was Old Spice. I was the only married one.
He was lead singer.
I was. No, what? Because the Spice Girls come out. Yeah. We were the first players to get sort of the big money. Liverpool got us all on 5-year contracts a year before Sky come out.
Right.
So they give us like double what everyone else was getting. We think, what the this is brilliant. Yeah. A year later, everyone was getting treble. We was going because Sky come in. We thought you just clever. Do you know what I mean? But for a year, we're the Spice. we was getting like Ferraris and Porsches and things like this, and because it was so beautiful, you got Jamie.
Yeah.
You got Stan, McAteer, Bab, Scowls.
Could be one of the best looking teams the Premier League's ever seen, isn't it?
And the Spiders. That's when the Spiders. Then we had the white suits.
Yeah.
Lost. If we'd won that cup final, that'd have been the best suit anyone's ever worn in a cup final, wouldn't it? So that all backfired on us. But that was fun. 2 years at West Ham. This is how mad it was. Right. This come fifth twice. This is how mad that team. So we've got Harry in charge. I was a sensible one. It was great. He was like the pinnacle, coming to the end of my career. Yeah. I mean, like, he called me and got rid of me, Harry. His last day at West Ham, he's called me in. It was like Monday morning. He went, me and Trevor Sinclair, he went, right, Rays, you and Trevor, see me out of training. I went, I stayed in, I ain't done nothing. When the manager calls you in Monday morning, one of you's got nicked or something's happened. So he's called me and Trevor in. I've gone, I ain't done that, ain't me. He went, I stayed in. I went, no, I stayed in, it ain't me. He can't blame it on me this time. He went, Razor stayed in. So we've gone in. Harry's ringing the Sporting Life, feet up in his office. Sit down. So we sat down. He went, Razor, I just sold you to Crystal Palace. Didn't ask me. I went, what? He's done. You've gone. What? Gone. I went, why? He went, you're ruining Trevor Sinclair. I went, well, sell him. He went, no, he's good.
I've been in that office in
Mate,
a few times. Yeah.
we was in the quarter-final of the FA Cup once playing. Joe, I can't remember what it was. We was up north somewhere. No, it might have been League Cup. I think it was a League Cup.
Yeah.
League Cup we playing. We got when they blamed Ollie, didn't they?
Manny. Because we was in the we won the game and then we had to replay it. It was Villa, wasn't it?
This was team talk. Semi-final League Cup it was. So Harry's been in Cheltenham or something. We've had to replay this game because we had an undisclosed player. Whatever it was, we had to replay.
Yeah.
So he's coming, he ain't seen him all week. Right, lads, Cheltenham, he went, I've had it off, terrific week, terrific, lads, yeah, terrific. Had it off at Cheltenham, he said, like, semi-final, your League Cup, he said, it's important that West Ham win the League Cup. This was his team talk. It's important that West Ham win the League Cup this year. Because if we win the League Cup, I'll get loads of money and I can buy better players for next season.
No way. Talking of the Premier League, let's talk about one of your old clubs, Spurs.
How many Spurs?
Conte, they got him in. What a coup that is. Is he the man to get him back firing?
See, I don't know. I think it's not only the manager, I think it's a lot of the back room and back staff and the...
Is it a coup,
though? Magnificent. Don't tell me that, but... I don't know. It's just why I think it's the same old...
Is it more the players' responsibility?
I think the same old managers, where they keep these Contes and these other managers keep going and, has he still got it? Does he really want to do that much? Does he want to go that far like a Mourinho? I think Mourinho's lost it. The Pellegrini went to West Ham.
Yeah.
I think they've done there.
So it's the new cycle.
I think if he gets too hard, is he going to go that extra?
I think Razor.
I think it's better. Well, they should sack Nuno was a fucking...
The way that Nuno come in and got sacked, the fact that they brought him in and got rid of him on both ends of the thing, that was wrong because he was not.
6 weeks before that, he was manager of the month, and the Arsenal manager was getting sacked. Now he's
same.
That's how football changes.
Yeah. But for me, Tottenham ain't won anything for a long, long time, and they've got a lovely stadium, lovely training ground. They got the England captain. They got some fantastic players.
But coming.
But there's always a but. But like you have to look at who's the common denominator over that. It's Daniel Levy. He's the one hiring and firing, and he apparently, from what we understand, he brings the players in. So the group of players there are not good enough to compete with the top four at the moment. That's no doubt. Yeah. And at some point, Daniel Levy's got to look at himself.
When they lost the European Cup final, Champions League Cup final, they lost that. Yeah. Then they should have kicked on. He thought, we're all right. This gets another 2 seasons.
There was a moment. Right,
2 seasons. And the difference between the Liverpool team and the Tottenham team, the Tottenham back four was getting older and older. Yeah. The Liverpool team were getting older and older, but better and better. They was getting older and sort of older and...
Do you know there was a point, Ray?
Do you know what I mean? Liverpool were improving. They were staying at the same sort of level, but Liverpool were growing up together and getting better and better.
There was a point before that, I think it was in January before, when Van Dijk went to Liverpool. Apparently, Tottenham were in the running for Van Dijk.
No one wanted him.
Imagine you take Van Dijk out of the Liverpool team and put him in that Tottenham team. The history changes because he's that good.
I'll tell you how good he is. When Liverpool beat Man United 5-0 away, right? You put Van Dijk in the Man United back four and you put Harry Maguire in Liverpool back four, it'd have been 0-0. He's that good, Van Dijk. If you put the Man United back four, instead of Maguire. How good would Man United be?
Yeah. Well, look, talk about Man United. They travel to Claudio Ranieri's Watford at the weekend. If they don't get a result there, is Ollie in a bit of hot water?
This one for me is all the old players love him and they still stick up for him, don't they? It's the players.
They're starting to turn now.
It's hard,
I know it's hard. I would never have a go at players I played with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If someone asked me about Gallagher, he's Joey Carr's 90, yeah, but Joey learned from him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That's how we look after your mates, isn't it?
You got it.
That's how you look after your mates. But look, it's a tough one. How long? Who is it though?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could have had Klopp years ago, didn't want him.
Yeah. Well, they're shouting out Brendan Rodgers, aren't they? But you've got to take him from Leicester.
He'll go there. He'll go there.
Brendan, right? You cannot manage Liverpool, he'll tell you, and then go to Manchester United.
Really?
Oh, you can't. They're like, nah, I can't see it.
They would.
Disaster.
They would
The fans will turn against him straight away. It'll be that you scout.
Well, Klopp lives in his house. Klopp lives in his house in Formby.
Yeah.
So that'd be the first thing to go, wouldn't it? They know where his house is.
Rent will go up.
Look, another previous team of yours and yours, Joe, West Ham.
Yeah.
They play Wolves away on Saturday.
Yeah.
David Moyes, what a job he's doing there. Can they get top four? Can you see him in Champions League? Can you see him in Champions League next season?
I can do, as long as Ollie's at the wheel. If Ollie's at the wheel up there, West Ham have got a great chance.
Reverse psychology there, really.
Ollie's at the wheel, If Ollie's at the wheel, West Ham have got a great chance.
Right, okay.
Got nothing to do with West Ham, but if he's at the wheel...
Right, I like that. Okay, other end of the table. We know there's a few strugglers down there. Who can you see not getting out of it? Norwich are struggling. Newcastle, obviously a bit of investment now, but...
I think they're everyone's second team. Newcastle, aren't they? I love them. You know what I mean? The fan, they're lovely fans.
Anyone who
What a
watched football in the
stadium, what a
90s
stadium
loves
they're playing.
Newcastle.
What a stadium, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you see him getting out of trouble?
Don't know. After Christmas, it's a tough one. You know, Norwich. I think there's. So where we got there, we got Norwich, Newcastle, Burnley struggling.
Norwich have got to be gone. Like I've seen them
Norwich
3
gone.
times this
Norwich
year.
gone.
Yeah. Dean Smith's gone in there.
No,
just plan
too
for
late.
the future.
Too late. No, you know who's going to go there? How's he going to change it? Newcastle.
Depends who they get in.
I think with the Newcastle now with Eddie out, you want to be the next manager of Newcastle, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie's just good.
I think they're strong. I think Newcastle's strong. I fancy Burnley as well.
So the three that's down at the moment.
I've seen Burnley a couple of times this year.
Wow.
They play, they're so reliant on crosses in the bottom, free kicks.
Yeah.
If you don't get round there, if you don't get a team up the opposing box, you ain't going to score with crosses and free kicks.
No. Right, let's give you some coral odds. Lads, pick the bones out of these. Tell me what you
Corals.
fancy.
Coral odds.
Coral odds, ready? If you think West Ham will beat Wolves 3-0, Coral will give you odds of 25-1. Watford are 18-1 to beat Man United 1-0. And if you think Vardy will score first and Leicester will beat Chelsea 2-0, Coral will give you massive odds of 70-1.
Yeah, there's no chance.
None of them?
I don't like
to Watford.
West Ham to beat Wolves 3-0.
Watford. I go to Watford 1-0. Watford 1-0. Is that 18s?
Yeah.
Watford will be the nice
tasty.
one.
I think they're a big, strong team.
Claudio, the thing is with them, I would imagine all of their players would have been in international break for Claudio to work with them, and that's massive coming off the back of international break. That's why the odds like that are quite tempting because these games, because all the Man United players have been all over the world, didn't they? It evens it up a bit.
Well, to be fair, that's worth £2 in the Man United one.
Yeah.
There you go. Look,
And the other one's worth £1, 71. And the other one's worth £1. Listen, if you've got a fiver, have £3 on the United and £1 each on the other. Cover yourself.
Well, look, you spoke about England qualifiers there, international break, into the World Cup next year. Go on, the boys.
Can I say, I don't know if I'm out of... They don't excite me, these... I was watching the Scotland game the other night.
Yeah.
Rather than England.
Yeah, but that's because it's San Marino race.
Yeah, because
like,
it's...
the game's like...
That's what I mean, the game's gone. I can't get... But so you watch the Scotland game with something...
Yeah, something's on it.
I need...
Yeah.
I can't watch...
There needs to be jeopardy on the game of football.
I can't watch... Like, the Moldova was the one before, and I just think I need...
I get that, but you can only play what's in front of you.
That's what I mean. So do we need a different...
Yeah.
They're trying.
They're trying to do it.
They're trying to get it a bit more balanced, and they'll get there. But these games against the San Marinos, they're no good for anyone. I don't even think they're any good for them. Imagine like the San Marino lads. It's a lovely day out.
The only thing it is, right, Joe, is it's could someone get injured? It's a nothing game.
Right.
You're going to win 10-0. Someone get injured.
Someone that does like him, Harry Kane, two games, obviously 7 goals.
Yep.
he's surely got to surpass Wayne Rooney's record.
God, without doubt. I mean,
He's got to, hasn't he?
He's unbelievable, Harry Kane, and he's just like...
He's having a nightmare, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's Tottenham's having a nightmare, it's not Harry Kane. It's Harry Kane's having, no, you're not. Tottenham are having a nightmare. They can't
Strikers raise, isn't it? Like, Harry Kane needs the service.
And you can understand he keeps coming short to get a touch of the ball.
Yeah.
He's not, you know what I mean? But any player would do, just give me a I want to do something. I want to go to major and score a worldie. Just give me a...
I suppose the only positive that comes out of this is, although obviously they got good results here in the World Cup, but another conveyor belt of players coming through. Emil Smith-Rowe, Conor Gallagher getting call-ups.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, mate. But listen, I coached Conor a few times at Chelsea.
That's you, innit? It's you, innit?
What's that?
It's you, innit? If it weren't for you.
Listen, I love the system we got now, the way that we coach kids from a young age, the way we're playing football, the conveyor belt. Like, it can't be long before we start winning things because they're so Smith-Rowe's like. He's holding Arsenal together. What's he, 21, 22?
Yeah.
He's the man they look to. Him and Saka.
It's changed there where when we were young, when you was a kid, if you was 18 and you get like 3 or 4 games, you know.
Yeah.
Where they're going back when I finished 205. If you was 18 and you wouldn't get a game because the manager couldn't risk giving you 3 or 4 games, it's turned again now.
Yeah.
If you're good enough. You're staying in the team, like the kid at Arsenal. They were struggling, and it's a good thing they were struggling. Give the kid a chance, and because they were struggling, they could give him 3 or 4 games. If they were flying, he wouldn't have got his chance because the manager couldn't. You know, so it's a good thing that Man United, Greenwood is it, and all these young lads, because they're struggling, the kids are getting a chance.
Do you know what it is, Razor? Like,
whereas before, all the great teams were flying, no one gets a chance.
Yeah. And do you know what it is now? I think there's certain managers out there that are known, and they when they go for jobs, they say, I bring youngsters in. Because young players are a commodity now. At Arsenal now, Saka and Smith-Rowe, that must be at least £100 million worth of players, right?
Easy.
So managers, like, when the pressure's on a little bit, they're losing games and there's bored of thinking, you go, right, well, actually, I've given 3 players 10, 15 games, so their value goes from 4 million to 30 million.
And they'll be on a tenth of the wages.
Exactly.
If they brought someone in to play in their position.
Well, listen, my pal works in Germany. He's a sporting director of one of the big clubs out there, and he said they all want to buy young English players because the talent's there. They can get them for cheap. Give them 20, 30 games. And us idiots are buying back for 50 million.
Joe, I just want to mention Conor Gallagher. You said you worked with him there. Is he? Obviously, he's one for the future. Can he break into this England team for the World Cup next year?
He can play like box to box, number 8. He can play with his back to goal. He could play as a number 10. He's better as a number 8 box to box. He could even play for Chelsea where Kovacic plays but he'll score more goals than Kovacic. Like, Chelsea won't sell him. Chelsea ain't silly. They're not gonna. Him and Gilmour is out on loan at Norwich. He's probably gone over. Although Gilmour's playing for Scotland regularly, he's probably gone above Billy because of what he's done. He's gone out on loan and he's done it. But he's such a talented.
Has he been out on loan before, or is this the first?
He was at West Brom last year.
West Brom.
He's gone through the process, and that's the thing. That's the thing.
That's
with
what I've
Conor.
seen him. West Brom.
That's the thing with him is that at Chelsea have a process where they send the boys out on loan, and he wasn't one like Mason went 6 months in Holland, year at Derby, first team, bang. Mason's a top player.
Will they get back Chelsea now? Now he's
Well, look, you say
They'll have to. They can't get back to the end of the season, but it'll be one for next
they can't. They wouldn't go. You're not allowed to do that unless it's on the clause or they'll play. They want us to play every week, wouldn't they?
Well, that's the experience.
Yeah, it's the experience. I don't know about the ins and outs of it. Every loan deal, from what I understand,
sure,
is different.
if he's playing better than what they've got,
they can't bring him back. They can't bring him back this season. No.
The mindset on him is incredible because I remember Rio telling me he'd done an interview with him not long ago, and he said to Rio afterwards for TV, he said afterwards, make sure when you speak about me, make sure that I state that I want to go back to Chelsea. I'm not here just to sort of get in the shop window to get a move. I'm doing this to show everyone what I can do to go back to Chelsea.
The local lad, Chelsea lad.
I think he's a London boy.
I
think so. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nice kid, great attitude, great player.
He supported Chelsea all his life. He's Chelsea through and through, which makes it even.
It's the dream for
the
him,
connection with the fans, brilliant.
Yeah, he's gonna be a
Declan Rice? We speak about him. Is he good?
I've never seen him. He's unreal.
Is he unreal?
He's unbelievable.
He was at Mason Mount age when he had Chelsea.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Chelsea,
what happened there?
Chelsea looked at him at that age, and it's obviously a strong group, and I think they didn't think he would physically develop the way he did. Now you can't, like, because he just went to West Ham, another kid with a great attitude,
Oh, so he's
and he
a
went
lovely lad.
bang, and he's just gone, and he went from strength to strength. And I went when I was playing in America at the end of my career. I trained at West Ham, and I trained with him in the youth team to keep fit in the off season. And he was, even then I was like, who is this? I said to Nobes, I said, who is this kid? He said, no, and players know players. You know, Razor. Nobes was like, yeah, he'll be a player. 6 months later, he was in the first team. All these years later, he's probably, if someone, West Ham won't take less than 100 million for him. That's what they've come out and said. Do you know what I mean? What a player.
No. Do you think he should stay, or do you think he needs that next?
He's got to go. I mean,
What, even now? Like he's captain at West Ham, but just stay for another year or so?
He's got to go to one. You know, he's got to go to Liverpool. He's got to go Man United. He's got to go
top boys.
Chelsea. He's got to go Barca. He's got to.
But
Otherwise, it'd be saying you know anything you'd have changed. I wish I'd have got a big boy. You know.
He has to go to West Ham. Next time
I don't think any West Ham fan can hold him back, or West Ham can hold him. If it's,
he has to.
Ain't going to Tottenham. You're going to a.
What if West Ham get in the top 4?
Well, that's the thing. He has to go to West Ham and go, look, where are we? Because we are unbelievable at the moment. Let's say West Ham, fast forward, they do go well in the Europa League, maybe even win it. All right. Then Declan's got 2 years left on his contract. Then Declan's got to go to West Ham and go, right, who's coming in to help me take this club there? Because I want to win things. Yeah. And if he don't get the right answer, then he's well within his rights to
Aaron, back here, right? You're a West Ham fan. Top 4, you win the FA Cup, Declan goes. Or come 5th, lose the FA Cup, Declan stays.
That's hard.
That's tough.
Do you know what, Rave? I think the West Ham fans deserve a trophy. They deserve their day out at Wembley.
And what a way to leave. And what a way to leave, by the way.
Yeah, true.
I always think that get your trophies, you know, someone else.
Right, let's move on to the Coral Football Super Series game. Razor, I'm going to ask you both 4 questions about the Spurs-Leeds game this Sunday. I want quick-fire answers, OK? So, who will win the match? It's Spurs-Leeds.
Tottenham.
Spurs.
Right, OK. Who will score the first goal?
Son.
Harry Kane.
Coming off the international break.
Yeah,
how many corners in the game?
Oh, Leeds flying corners. Keep makes a good save. Is it both teams?
Both teams. How many corners?
Do you know what? I've never gambled. I love my football bet. I love my accumulators, but I've never touched corners. I wouldn't. 11.
12.
11's he's listened to the pod before. Is it? 11's a common answer.
11's a common answer. Yeah,
it is. And lastly, how many players will be carded? Yellow or red cards? Spurs, Leeds.
Leeds will get 3. Tottenham will get 1. 4.
4.
I'm going to go 3.
3 or 4. OK, so pretty tasty. Well, people at home, you can get involved too. Head over to coral.co.uk. Answer questions correctly to win cash prizes, but please gamble responsibly. Look, before we wrap up, Razor, what's next in line for you, mate? What are you up to at the moment?
I've just filmed MasterChef Christmas show.
Go on then.
Yes, I've just filmed a DNA Diners show where I a couple of years ago I gave them a DNA. They go off and they found family that I didn't know I had. Wow. And I'm going to Manchester and I'm going to make 4 people dinner, and one of them is my family member.
That's amazing.
That is brilliant. Razor, thank you ever so much, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Carly,
listen, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. We'll be getting our boots on, aren't we?
Yeah, we're
having a kick about with the boys. I do all his running for him. He just gets the ball and scores.
Why not?
Listen, bring your A game tomorrow.
I'm loving the greyness. I'm loving the greyness.
Thanks, mate. 40 now. I'm 40. Can you believe it?
Well, I do believe it because you had a party and I didn't get invited.
Remember to find us on the Joe YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. You have been listening to All to Play For, all brought to you by Joe and Coral. We'll see you next time.
You've been watching All to Play For, brought to you by Joe and Coral.